You love your dog more than anything in the world. You'd do anything to keep them happy, buying the best food, the softest bed, the cutest toys. And of course you love sharing little bits of your own food, right? A small bite of what you're eating just to see that wagging tail and those pleading eyes. It feels like love. It feels innocent. But what if I told you that with all your good intentions, you might be feeding your dog something that's quietly destroying them from the inside? Some of the foods that seem perfectly healthy for us humans can actually damage the most vital organ in your dog's body: their liver. Your dog's liver is their silent protector. It filters toxins, supports digestion, and keeps their body balanced. But when it's overwhelmed by substances it was never meant to handle, it starts to fail slowly, quietly, and often without you even realizing it. So today we're pulling back the curtain on 5 everyday foods that look healthy, but are silently poisoning your dog's liver. And trust me, number 2 will shock you. Because real love isn't about sharing everything we eat. Real love is knowing when to say no, even when those eyes make it hard to resist. Chocolate, the sweet killer. It's sweet, comforting, and full of love, at least for us. But for your dog, chocolate isn't a treat. It's poison disguised as affection. Many owners still believe that just a small piece won't hurt. After all, dark chocolate is considered healthy for humans, right? But that same healthy square could be lethal for your dog. Inside every piece of chocolate hides a chemical called theobromine, a cousin of caffeine. While our bodies process it easily, your dog's liver can't. It struggles, working endlessly to filter out a toxin it doesn't recognize. And that's when the danger begins. The theobromine builds up in their system, turning something sweet into a slow, invisible killer. The liver, their main detox organ, becomes overloaded, inflamed, and begins to fail. Sometimes it starts with restlessness, heavy panting, or vomiting. Then come the tremors, the racing heartbeat, the seizures. And for many dogs, the story ends before the vet can even help. It only takes a small amount, especially with dark chocolate or cocoa powder, to cause irreversible damage. One innocent treat can push their liver beyond its limits. So if your dog ever gets into chocolate, don't wait. Call your vet immediately. Even if it's just a bite, act fast, because every minute counts. Want to give your dog a sweet treat safely? Try snacks made with carob instead. It looks and tastes like chocolate, but it's completely harmless, the perfect way to share a moment of sweetness without risking their life. Don't let love turn into tragedy. Because the most dangerous part about chocolate is thinking it's just a tiny treat. But what comes next is even more shocking. It's something most people don't even realize can destroy a dog's liver in minutes. Alcohol. The deadly joke. It usually starts with a laugh, a spilled beer on the floor, a drop of wine at dinner, or that funny moment when someone lets the dog lick a bit of their drink. Just a sip, they say. It's harmless, but here's the truth. It's not funny. It's deadly. Your dog's body is not built to handle alcohol. Even the smallest amount can overwhelm their liver, flooding it with ethanol, a toxin that their system can't process. What feels like a tiny taste to you becomes a wave of poison to them. Their liver works frantically trying to filter it out, but it can't keep up. Within minutes, their coordination falters. They stumble, lose balance, and start to tremble. Then the vomiting begins. Their body temperature drops. Their blood sugar crashes. Their breathing slows. And in the worst cases, the heart simply stops. Every organ suffers, but the liver takes the hardest hit. It's the one fighting to clean their blood, and it's the one that pays the highest price. There is no safe dose of alcohol for a dog. None. Not in beer, not in wine, not even in fermented dough or desserts that contain liquor. What seems like a tiny drop to you is enough to cause irreversible liver damage or worse, death. If your dog ever drinks alcohol by accident, don't wait to see if they're okay. Go to the vet right away. They'll need fluid sugar stabilization and organ support to have any chance of recovery. Want to give them something special to drink instead. Freeze low-sodium chicken broth into little ice cubes. It's hydrating, refreshing, and completely safe, the perfect cheers between you and your best friend. Remember, love doesn't laugh at danger. Because what feels like a small joke to you could be the last mistake your dog ever makes. And if you think that was scary, wait until you hear about the next one, something that almost every household gives their dog without knowing it could tear their organs apart. Cooked bones, the hidden death trap. Every dog loves a bone. It's the image we all grew up with, a happy pup chewing a leftover chicken bone after dinner. It feels natural, even loving. But that classic picture is hiding a deadly truth. When bones are cooked, they change completely. The heat makes them dry, brittle, and sharp, like tiny knives waiting to break apart. And when your dog bites into one, those splinters don't just disappear. They travel down into the stomach and intestines, cutting everything in their path. You might think, my dog's eaten bones before and nothing happened. But what you don't see is what happens inside. A single sharp piece can puncture the intestines, leaking bacteria and stomach acid into the body. This causes a massive infection called peritonitis, a chain reaction that sends toxins rushing through their bloodstream. And when that happens, the liver is the first organ to fight, and the one that often fails, trying to save the rest. The pain for the dog is unbearable. They may refuse to eat, shake, or cry if you touch their belly. Their gums may turn pale, their body weak. By the time you notice, it could already be too late. If your dog ever swallows a cooked bone, any kind, chicken, pork, beef, don't wait and see. Call your vet immediately. They may need x-rays or even emergency surgery to save their life. So what can you do instead? If you want to give your dog something to chew safely, go for raw recreational bones, large enough that they can't swallow them whole, like a big beef knuckle bone. Always supervise, always clean, and never cook it. Or try tough nylon chews or deer antlers made specifically for dogs. Because love isn't about following old traditions, it's about protecting them from hidden dangers. Would you have ever guessed that something so natural could become so deadly? Wait until you hear what comes next. A mistake almost every dog owner makes out of pure love, and it silently burns their liver from the inside out. Fatty foods and dairy. The silent fire inside your dog's body. It starts the same way every time. You're at the table, your dog sitting patiently by your side, those eyes locked on every move you make. You can't resist. You give them a little piece of bacon, a bit of chicken skin, maybe even a cube of cheese. It feels like love, doesn't it? But inside their body, a silent fire has just been lit. Your dog's digestive system wasn't designed to handle heavy, greasy food like ours. The moment fat enters their bloodstream, their pancreas, a small but vital organ, goes into overdrive. It starts producing powerful digestive enzymes that, instead of breaking down food, begin attacking the body itself. This is pancreatitis, one of the most painful and dangerous conditions a dog can face. What many owners don't realize is that the pancreas and the liver are close neighbors. When one suffers, the other burns with it. The inflammation from the pancreas spreads to the liver, causing what vets call reactive hepatitis, a painful, destructive reaction that slowly weakens the liver's ability to filter toxins. The signs can be heartbreaking. Your dog may crouch with their chest low and hips high, the praying position, trying to ease the pain in their belly. They'll vomit refuse food and look at you with eyes that silently beg for help. And sometimes all it takes is one fatty meal. A leftover barbecue, a piece of cheese, or a spoon of gravy. What seems harmless to you could trigger a chain reaction that ends in liver failure. So how do you show love safely? Replace fatty treats with simple, healthy rewards. Tiny bites of boiled chicken or turkey breast, baby carrots, or thin slices of apple. No salt, no fat, no guilt. Your dog doesn't care about flavor as much as they care about you. Protecting them is the real act of love. Because that little piece of food might bring them joy for a second, but the pain that follows could last a lifetime. Do you ever share leftovers with your dog without thinking twice? Then you need to hear about the last and most surprising danger, the one hiding in your morning coffee. Caffeine. The hidden danger in your cup. Every morning starts the same. The smell of fresh coffee, the sound of a spoon clinking against your favorite mug. Your dog sits by your feet, eyes wide, curious about this daily ritual. Maybe they lick a drop that spilled, maybe they grab a used tea bag from the trash. It seems like nothing right, but that nothing could be the most dangerous thing in your house. Caffeine is part of our lives. It wakes us up, keeps us focused, and gives us energy. But for dogs, it's pure poison. Their bodies can't process stimulants the way ours do. Even a small amount, a sip of coffee, a few licks of an energy drink, or a single caffeine pill can send their heart racing and their liver into panic mode. Just like chocolate, caffeine belongs to a family of chemicals called methylxanthines. When your dog ingests it, their liver has to work overtime desperately trying to clear it from their blood, but the toxin moves faster than the liver can handle. The result? A body in chaos, trembling muscles, rapid heartbeat, vomiting seizures. In the worst cases, their heart stops before help arrives. The scariest part, caffeine hides everywhere. Not just in coffee or tea, but in sodas, chocolate energy drinks, painkillers and diet pills that might sit unnoticed on your nightstand. To your dog, they all smell interesting, but to their liver, they're a death sentence. There's no antidote for caffeine poisoning. The only hope is quick action, rushing to the vet where they can stabilize the heart control seizures and help the liver fight to survive. So the safest rule is simple: keep every source of caffeine completely out of reach. Teach your family and guests to never share drinks or let leftovers sit where curious noses can reach. Because love isn't just about giving, it's about guarding. It's easy to think it's just coffee, but to your dog, it could be their last sip. Which of these 5 foods surprised you the most? And how many of them have you shared with your dog before without realizing the risk? Because what comes next isn't about guilt. It's about learning how to protect the one who trusts you with their life. Chocolate, alcohol, cooked bones, fatty foods, caffeine. 5 things that seem harmless, even healthy, but can quietly destroy the liver of the one who trusts you the most. Every one of these mistakes starts the same way with love. A small piece of food, a moment of laughter, a gesture of kindness. But real love isn't about giving them everything they want. It's about protecting them from the things that could hurt them. Your dog doesn't know what's dangerous. They only know that they trust you completely. Their life, their health, their safety, it's all in your hands. So the next time those eyes beg for a bite from your plate, remember this: love sometimes means saying no, because that no could be the reason they live to wag their tail another day. If this video helped you see your dog's world a little differently, give it a like and share it. You might save another dog's life today. And don't miss our next video: 7 silent signs your dog is sick and you haven't noticed. It might just help you catch something before it's too late. Now tell me in the comments, which of these 5 foods surprised you the most? Have you ever shared one of them with your dog without realizing the danger? Let's keep learning and loving the right way. Because the greatest act of love is protection.